Hey there, this is Molly. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I wanted to do a special video for you on a specific topic that could be interesting and relevant to you, not only as we talk about transiting planets, but also the planets in your natal astrology chart. Now, we have both personal planets and outer planets that we discuss and interpret and that we look at, but I wanted to make a connection between the personal planets and the outer planets because they do have a special relationship to each other. The personal planets I'm going to talk about in this video are Mercury, Mars, and Venus, and how they correlate to the outer planets of Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. So you can see here I have them highlighted. And there is a correspondence between these personal planets and their higher octave energies as expressed through their outer planet relative. So let's start with Venus. Venus is known as the feminine energies. It's how we receive what we love, what we want, what feels good. And she actually has a big sister in Neptune. Neptune is the higher expression, the higher octave of Venus energy. So if you think of Venus as your human love, your ability to receive at a human level, Neptune is how we receive at a spiritual level, and it's correlated to unconditional love. Neptune is the higher expression of Venus, and is an energy that shows where we're meant to continually transmute energies, surrender, trust, let go, not be too caught up in something, not be too invested in something at a human level. This higher octave energy that Neptune represents is how we can even step away from what we want at a human level and to trust the universal experience of receiving. To know that this is an energy that we're also in touch with, that we're also strongly feeling, and it can help us see the bigger picture. So I think of it as a big sister, little sister relationship, where Venus in your chart is what you're here to experience through the energies of loving yourself, accepting yourself, understanding your worth, understanding how you relate to people, how you move through relationships. And Neptune can show you more of the spiritual areas of growth in those same areas. So it's pretty cool to make those connections between the personal planet and then what that outer planet or the higher octave is teaching the personal planet. Another pair that we have is Mercury. Mercury is the human mind, how you process information, how you communicate, how you think, what you perceive, the ways that you take in information and then share it, how you speak, how you learn. The higher octave of Mercury is Uranus. So Mercury is the human mind. Uranus is the cosmic mind, universal intelligence. When you break out of your own brain, you can tap into higher levels of understanding, cosmic wisdom. This is a fast-moving, dynamic energy that reminds you that you are more than your brain. You are more than just this human experience or this human reality or even this lifetime, that in fact you travel with many stories. And Mercury is the storyteller. So Uranus can tap you into other lessons, other stories, other understandings, other perceptions outside of this current time-space reality. So Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury and expands our mind, connects us with quantum realities, other dimensions, and things that we would never consider in our own humanness. And that is how Uranus is an awakener and a liberator. We're liberated from our human brain and we awaken to the bigger picture and the bigger forces of energy that exist. Another connection here is between the personal planet Mars and his big brother Pluto. So Mars is our desire, how we assert ourselves, how we move and go for what we want. Mars is your human body. Mars is your ego, be that healthy or excessive. Mars is demonstrating what you want to chase, what you want to create, what you are here to move towards. And his big brother Pluto is also a force, the force of the soul's growth, the force of moving through many lifetimes. There is passion associated with both Mars and Pluto. And this is where Pluto is very driven, just as Mars can be very driven. But Pluto has a much higher consciousness as it really relates to your experiences across lifetimes, through many areas of incarnation, the lessons you've learned, even what your ego has accumulated through your choices, what you have experienced, perhaps even Pluto can be the accumulation of unhealthy Mars experiences, which would be war, aggression, killing, murder, kind of things that are more threatening, more life or death. Pluto remembers all of it. This is the big brother to little brother. And this would be your current energy in this lifetime, your current physical energy, your physical self, how you move your body, how you assert yourself, your masculine energies. And Pluto remembers and knows the full story across multiple lifetimes and supports how you can learn and evolve from those egoic lessons, from those choices, or from what you've experienced, that you're here to transform. And this can show up. It really depends on how Mars is in your chart. But this Pluto is reminding you that you are more than just this body and this self. Because Mars can have a very strong sense of self, especially in this current lifetime. But Pluto reminds you that you want to step away from over-identification with your ego or with what you want right now and tap into a bigger energy that shows you more of what's possible and more of what you can experience that Mars doesn't always see. So each of these personal planets has a relationship with an outer planet that is their higher octave. That means that outer planet has a higher consciousness, a bigger perspective, more energy, and it reminds you that you're not simply this person. You are many energies that are continually in motion and evolving. So what you can do with this information is look in your natal chart to see if there are any direct aspects between a little brother and a big brother, or a little sister and a big sister. And in fact, the reason why I chose this chart as a teaching video chart is because of how the planets are all in relationship with each other at this time. And this chart is actually dated October 21st, 2020. And what we can see is that here we have little sister Venus in Virgo opposing big sister Neptune 18 degrees of Pisces. And so in this opposition between little sister and big sister is the bigger energy. And Neptune is essentially opposing what Venus wants, asking her to surrender and to trust that Neptune will deliver exactly what she needs, exactly what she wants. It may just look different. It might show up in another form. And so this is often an aspect of trust, although it can be also disappointment. It can be a sense of discouragement or I don't know, because this personal energy of Venus has to surrender to big sister Neptune. And this is where you can look at your own belief systems around energies, because if you believe that everything is working for your best and highest good, then big sister Neptune is helping Venus tap into more of what she can receive, even if she doesn't know how it's going to show up. So the opposition between a personal planet and its higher octave can be a struggle at first until that relationship is balanced and is understood. And it often requires stepping away from what the personal planet wants because the outer planet is more powerful. And you can see that that's the same here with Mercury, who's here at 7 degrees Scorpio retrograde, opposing big brother Uranus at 9 degrees Taurus retrograde, another opposition. And because of the opposition, that means that Uranus is more powerful because it is the outer planet, the higher octave, and the stronger consciousness. Now, this again is a opposition that would require this Mercury to step out of its human mind and to go to the universal experience, something bigger. And this opposition, as all oppositions, can feel like a challenge at first, can feel like something's out of your power, it's out of your control, because you have a personal planet saying, I want this is what I think, this is what I see, this is what I'm going to do about it. And then the outer planet takes that away and says, actually, no, I'm the big brother, and this is what we're going to do. So there is a push-pull with oppositions, but again, it's about balancing this relationship where you can understand that the bigger force of energy here in this outer planet could be working for your best and highest good, but it's going to be outside of what your human mind perceives. And again, this could be in your natal chart. This is a transiting chart. So the energies can show up in many ways, but hopefully this gives you an understanding of the connection between personal planets and their higher octave, bigger sibling. So then we have this Mars at 18 degrees of Aries retrograde, squaring Pluto at 22 degrees Capricorn. And the square is a challenge. It is tension and discomfort. Pluto, the big brother, is in charge. And he can be a tyrant and a bully. He can be very controlling and power hungry. And little brother Mars doesn't like that, gets angry, gets pissed off, is going to throw some things, have a tantrum. But this Pluto is the stronger energy. And it's asking this Mars to evolve, to slow down, to not rush, to watch himself, to look at where he's putting his energy. And so the square between these two is challenging, but the outer planet is more powerful. So in your natal chart, keep in mind there's millions of ways these energies can show up. And it could very well be that you don't have any direct connections or aspects in your natal chart between a little brother and a big brother. They might not be in conversation, which means that in this lifetime, they're not working something out. Okay, but so let's say this is somebody's birth chart a beautiful soul that was born October 21st, 2020, that has this birth chart, it means in this lifetime, their human energy is working out a lot with the outer planets, right? Because they have this Mars squaring Pluto, and they have the opposition between Venus and Neptune, and the opposition between Mercury and Uranus. So that means this soul would have themes throughout their life that they're working out with these higher consciousness planets that could feel very challenging. But remember, the outer planets carry energy signatures across many lifetimes, so they're working out themes from many lifetimes of energies and perhaps coming in greater balance. In some ways, that's a potential. And, dealing with anger issues and power control issues with the Mars squaring Pluto. So if you were to look at your natal chart and look and see, okay, does my natal Mars make any aspects to my natal Pluto? Does natal Venus connect with natal Neptune? Does natal Mercury connect with natal Uranus? This could show you more of what your soul is working out in this lifetime through your human personal experiences and give you some more insight into the bigger picture of it all. Because Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are carrying the energetic imprints from multiple lifetimes. They're helping you evolve your consciousness, and it could, depending on the aspects, it could feel really intense. If there's a conjunction with, say, Neptune or Pluto or Uranus, that's like a direct impact on the personal planet. And of course, the outer planet is going to be more powerful, and it's going to feel intense at a personal level. And to your personal self-identity, even perhaps to your ego, until you tap into what this outer planet is teaching you in this lifetime. So I thought this would be an interesting way to look at your chart, another layer of energy, another way to understand the cosmic dance, if you will, the ongoing conversations, what might be coming up in your chart, and as well as what is happening for us globally with these transiting planets and the interactions that they're having. So, as always, there's many layers to astrology. There's many ways to look at these charts. And if you wanted to expand more of your knowledge about astrology, I teach various courses that are below this video. And in fact, the one about relationships, the astrology of relationships, can be really fascinating as you look at more of what your Venus and Mars are showing you in this lifetime about relationships. And people have loved that class because of all the ways they've made connections about their life and relationships. And this includes friendships, colleagues, work dynamics, obviously, family, partnerships, love, all the ways that we relate to one another. So just want to share that in case some of you are more intermediate and you want to go deeper into your chart. But as always, I appreciate your time, energy, and presence for this teaching video. You can find more videos in my playlists. There's one specifically about learn your astrology chart, I think is what it's called. And then I have some playlists that are more specific about your midheaven and your ascendant. So check those out because I hope those help you understand more of your energy and also teach you more about the wonderful world of astrology. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll be back with another teaching video soon. You can also listen to my podcasts every Monday and Wednesday. And until then, I hope you have a beautiful day ahead, and I'll see you soon.